Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we are going to review Run from 2025. So our main character, Melissa, decides to ditch her fiance on their wedding day. Hey, bold move, girl. Nothing says I'm working on myself, like leaving a man at the altar and immediately sprinting off to a girl's weekend in a creepy forest cabin. Because obviously, nothing ever goes wrong in an isolated cabin surrounded by trees, darkness, and bad decisions. Then, plot twist. Her best friend Jenny winds up mutilated in the woods. Because, of course she does. You can almost hear the director whisper, "Hey, we need higher stakes. So yeah, sorry, Jenny." Just when you think you've signed up for another mystery slasher in the woods flick, the movie says, "Hold my alien slime." And suddenly, bam, it's a full-on alien invasion. No warning, no logic, just E.T.'s meth-addicted cousins showing up like uninvited wedding guests from space. And these aliens? Oh boy. They look like someone deep-fried a gremlin, glued on a few glow sticks, and said, "Yep, that's good enough for CGI." I've actually seen better special effects in 2004 PlayStation cutscenes. Every time one of them appeared on screen, I couldn't decide if I should scream or ask it if it came with a free Happy Meal. The movie tries to juggle four genres at once: runaway bride drama, girls trip comedy, forest horror, and alien apocalypse thriller, and drops every single one like a drunk bridesmaid holding a champagne in regret. By the end, Melissa's fighting for her life, her sanity, and possibly a refund from her wedding venue deposit. The only thing scarier than the aliens in this movie is its pacing, somehow both too slow and too fast, like it's edited by a raccoon on Red Bull. In short, if you've ever wanted to watch a movie that feels like someone stuffed Bridesmaids, The Blair Witch Project, and Independence Day into a blender without the lid on, congrats. Run 2025 is your cinematic smoothie of chaos. So if that introduction wasn't enough, it's time for the review of the movie Run 2025. The movie that forgot to run its own script. So for story and plot, we gave this a 0. Somewhere out there, a plot is crying because Run 2025 clearly misplaced it. The story starts with a runaway bride detours into a forest murder mystery, and then crash lands into an alien invasion like it took a wrong turn at Make It Make Sense. It's as if the writers played Mad Libs with 3 rejected Netflix bitches and said, "Yep, this one will do." So for characters and acting, we also gave this a 0. The cast gives performances so wooden you could build tree houses out of them. Melissa, our heroine, delivers her lines like she's reading IKEA instructions under duress. The aliens, bless their prosthetic hearts, actually showed more emotional range. And they were made of, well, melted rubber and bad lighting. So for editing and pacing, also gave this a 0. If editing is supposed to make a movie flow, this one flowed like molasses uphill. The pacing was somehow both sluggish and chaotic at the same time, like someone edited it using Microsoft PowerPoint transitions. Scenes cut randomly. One moment it tears into the forest, the next it's UFOs doing flyovers like they're late for a parade. So for emotional impact, I also gave this one a 0. The only emotion I felt was disbelief that I hadn't accidentally sat on the remote and changed the channel to another movie halfway through. I didn't laugh. I didn't cry. I just questioned all my life choices that led me to press play and spend a couple of dollars to rent this movie. So for theme and message, also a 0. If there was a message here, it must have been abducted by the aliens. Maybe it's don't elope, or never trust your GPS, or Earth deserves better. Either way, the moral got lost somewhere between the bad green screen and Melissa's 27th confused facial expression. So for originality and creativity, also, guess what? A 0. The movie is about as original as a knockoff iPhone sold out of a trunk. It borrows from the Blair Witch Project, Signs, and The Bachelor, and still manages to look like none of them. But even worse, if Run were any less creative, it would legally qualify as an AI-generated fever dream. So the Rotten Reviews hadn't yet reviewed this film, and I hope that they saved the time in doing so. On our end, this one came out with a 0% because Run doesn't just tell you to run, it dares you to. Run from the screen, run from the plot, run from your expectations. It's the cinematic equivalent of getting lost in the woods, tripping over bad dialogue, and being abducted by CGI aliens who just want to go home. And honestly, a few minutes into this, so will you. And as always, everybody, thank you for stopping by to the Reel and Rudder Reviews. Hit that like and subscribe button on your way out the door. And until next time, have a great night.